the Mac Daddy make it jump, jump. I'm telling you, man, always good memories with that right there. Chris Kelly. And what was the other was that Chris Kelly and Chris Kelly? Something. But Mac preview. The MAC is the Tuesday, Wednesday conference, and Thursday as well too sometimes. But we all have came accustomed to knowing that conference play in the MAC will be during the week, okay? And we all love that. You know, we all love watching MAC football during the week, and it's a lot of fun. Lots of high scoring games, some low scoring games, some games that you don't see coming, and it's just a crazy conference, man. That's all I can say. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the group for this conference. And up first, let's talk about that's the next conference. Up first, let's and this conference is still broke up by divisions, as you can see. We have the East Division. I have Akron going over 4 games. Akron's been getting better and better by the year. I know that they probably still don't have the talent to keep up with the rest of the MAC, but they got some good coaching going on over there, and they do hold guys accountable, and that's what makes this team, have somewhat of an opportunity to really be able to move you know what I mean, and grind, so there's a lot of really good things going on with this team, man. I think that we can all agree that Akron is on the up and up, and over 4 games is not a tough task at all, because I think that they're due for I think they can win at least 4 or 5 conference games this year, to keep it real with you. We have Bowling Green. We know that this is one thing about Bowling Green. I got Bowling Green going over 4.5 games this year. I know that they are seen as a pathetic situation, but Bowling Green is a team that is always figuring out ways to beat the best team in the conference for some odd reason, and I feel like this year they can possibly put some momentum together and actually have themselves possibly a bowl season this year, possibly when it going 6-6, maybe going 7-5. But I like Bowling Green this year to be much better than what they've been over the last couple of years, because they always play really hard. It's just that they come up short. And I think this year they'll figure out how to turn those close losses into close wins. All right, we got Buffalo with the under 6.5 here. Okay, this is kind of weird, because Buffalo was a team that won their bowl game last year. Buffalo has been the consistent constant in the MAC as well too, but I think that they're regressing. I think that they lost a lot of really good players from last year's team that were very vital to that bowl win that they had at the end of the year. So I do like Buffalo with the under 6.5 minus 150 in this spot. Then Kent State not getting any respect. Kent State been one of the better teams in the conference the last 3 years, but that team has left. That group has left. I think the coach even left too. So they're starting all the way over again. But Kent State still will be a tough game when you have to go to Canton to play them. So I do like Kent State with the over 2.5, because come on, dude. I think a team can win 3 games. All right, because they're going to give them a gimme. And I know that they're going to figure out a way to win a game they're not supposed to win. So winning 3 games shouldn't be that hard. That's why it's minus 140. We have Miami of Ohio, the under 7.5. And Miami of Ohio should be seen as one of the favorites to win the East Division, to represent in the title game, if you're looking at this thing the correct way. Because Miami of Ohio is another team that's on the up and up. Now, Ohio, I feel like Ohio is the absolute landlord of the East Division. They were able to put it all together at the right time last year and put themselves as the champions of the conference. And it was absolutely immaculate. They were incredible. And they did it without their starting quarterback as well, too. And they showed that they had 2 quarterbacks, and they still got these guys at Ohio. And this is what makes Ohio a more than dangerous team this year, because they could absolutely go undefeated in conference play. they're that good coming in. Their quarterback is that good coming into this season. The guy was absolutely amazing. And I think that if he can stay healthy for most of the year, they should be fine. Last year, he got hurt at the end of the year, and it was kind of a sad situation, but we knew that he could come back. He's going to come back, and he's going to be excellent when he comes back. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. Now, in the West Division, you got Ball State. Ball State has been sitting at the driver's seat for some time now. They've been sitting here trying to make their move, but they just have to figure out when. And this could be the year. And I truly do feel that they have a great opportunity to win the West this year, and they're going to be tough to beat. It's just that simple, especially when you got to go to Muncie and play them. Now, you have Central Michigan. I have them going under 5.5, but they will get some good upsets this year in conference play. Let's just keep it real. They'll be a team that they're going to mess you up on a Wednesday night when they're a plus 12.5, and you thought that they were going to get absolutely shellacked, but they're at home and they got a little bit of momentum going, and then they win. That's how it always goes with them. Eastern Michigan is a team that has been so much better than they were, say, 6, 7, 8 years ago. This team used to be a walking fade, literally. Or if you needed one, if you needed a team to get blown out and you really need the guaranteed blowout, go ahead and pick Eastern Michigan. Go ahead and pick against Eastern Michigan. That's kind of like how it used to always work. Now Eastern Michigan is one of the more clutch teams in the MAC conference, and their games are kind of must-see TV too. And they played and it's crazy how well they played the Big Ten over the last few years as well. So Eastern Michigan is a team that you have to look out for. But this year I have them landing right at 7 wins. 7-5 looks like their season right now, in my opinion. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. We move forward from there. All right. We have ourselves the NIU over 5.5. That's Northern Illinois. I think that this one can wind up being a very, very good spot for us if you play it the right way. And this is another team that can sneak up and win the division. Just think about it, because the West seems really open right now. Even though you got Toledo here. Toledo is awesome. Toledo is gonna be a bowl team this year. They're gonna be really good, but it's gonna be tough. You know what I mean? They're still gonna make it tough on them. And let's keep it real. Toledo has lost to the worst team in the conference the last 4 years. And 2 of those years was Bowling Green. So you have to understand this team is good, but they play down to their competition a lot in this conference. So you know what you're dealing with. So that's why they have them under 9.5 with the minus 165. I think they are a 9-3 team, to keep it real with you, 8-4 team. They're gonna play in a bowl game, but will they be consistent enough at the end of the season to get themselves the actual conference championship? That's the thing. And Western Michigan is in a rebuild situation somewhat, that they're building back the program to what PJ Fleck had them in when he was there. PJ Fleck had that program playing on New Year's Eve, all that good stuff. Corey Davis, who just retired, he was a top 7 pick because of that school. You know, there's just a lot of things that worked out very well for that Western Michigan group that was able to put together a lot of some really good seasons. You know what I mean? So pretty much when you get down to the gist of everything, you know, pretty much this is how we're looking at the winner of the conference, and that's going to be Ohio again this year. I got Ohio going back to back this year. They went to Ford Field last year and won the conference. This year, I got them going back to Ford Field and winning the conference again. I love them with the plus 330 going into this season. I think they present a lot of good value moving forward. Ohio is a team to watch, and I think that if you really go ahead and look at their schedule and say to yourself that, you know, the tough team on their schedule will have to be ready to possibly get upset. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at their schedule now, and I see San Diego State. They got a game there. That's a winnable game for them, believe it or not. And then the next game that I see coming up for them that could be something that they kind of throw a monkey wrench into. That would be the Iowa State game. But surprise, surprise, they're not playing a Big Ten team this year. They usually play a Big Ten team, but they're not playing one this year for some odd reason. But they're playing Iowa State. So, hey, it is what it is. But all in all, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And when I get back,